Okay, let's just see how far it goes down. Error of parallax, yeah, but it's at least 11 inches heading to the 12. So is that telling me it wants to be harvested? I may just as well do that on this, the very last day of week 21. While I'm down here, I don't know if you can see in there, I have not had any success with no signs of butternut. They're all dropped off, but lately they're all over the place. As you can see there's another one back there. They're all over and they look like they're sticking. There's another one. So let's trust seedlings. Beetroot, I bought fresh beetroot. Look at that. Lettuce, two kinds, the leaf lettuce as well as what do you call those, iceberg. There's lettuce, the previous batch that I tried to grow, they didn't. I rescued just those 5, try to strengthen them. Those are Brussels sprouts. I've got Brussels sprouts outside. Okay, so I've just harvested those. Here's the cucumbers, the second tranche. I've harvested a number. That'll be the first telegraph, I think, telegraph bowl, whatever they're called. The cherry tomatoes, there they are. I need to get in there because I need to show you our first fruit forming watermelon. The tomatoes are all looking terrific, apart from the fact that there isn't a single one showing color. So I need to get in here somewhere. There we go. That's our first little watermelon forming. There is more. There are more. There's another butternut. There, that's our watermelon in the grow bag. There's one there somewhere. There we go. Can you see it? Now I shouldn't climb in here so roughly. I need to show you, but I'm going to do it from the outside. Pumpkins. So these are the cherry tomatoes. The plants are all healthy. The cherries are all forming lots and lots of blossoms, but we're not seeing any ripening yet. There's beef tomatoes. Look at the size of them. No showing of ripening yet. These are the ones I bought from Seeds Island. These are ones I bought from a supermarket and kept seeds. I didn't plant. I planted four beef tomatoes, or we sowed 4 beef tomatoes, or whatever. These are moneymaker. Here's a moneymaker stem. They're all over the place. Heavy trusses, big trusses, but we need to start ripening. Soon we're going to outlive our greatest summer since we've ever been here. These I've told you about. They were the 4 pots that were supposed to go home, but I didn't take them home because of the hosepipe ban. The gem squash have been moderately successful. I've learned a few lessons. There's the Roma tomatoes. There's gem squash in grow bags plus more cucumbers, more gem squash. There's gem squash and cucumbers directly, like the gem tomatoes. Then these are experiments. I doubt if we're going to see. These were the remaining seedlings that I didn't know what to do with them. So I built my new grow bags, these bigger ones. One lesson that I learned: grow bags will have to be bigger. These 2 watermelon. They are the brother and sister, or the 2 brothers or the 2 sisters of the one in the corner that's showing fruit. I haven't really rummaged too hard yet to see if there's any fruit showing, but there's gem squash going. I've just after losing my one slow wheel, there's gem squash. I don't see there's more watermelon plants here. I don't see any, but I'm sort of hoping. The sweet melon, the spun speck, nothing. I've not seen one. Now where did I lose my slow wheel? I've now got to hunt for that. Somewhere in here is a slow wheel of mine. So where do we find it? We need to find it, otherwise I'm going to go, there we go, I found it. There's my slow wheel. You know what slow wheels are. After all, it's Sunday and I can have slow. Now I've just lost the other one. Stuck there behind the bag. There we go. Okay, so talking of Seeds Island, these are Seeds Island, these are South African seed. These cucumbers are all Seeds Island. I promised them I'd put another video as soon as we harvest the first one, so I've got to do that. These are peas, home saved peas. Why I say talking of Seeds Island, they mentioned peas are sort of cold climate fruit. So he mentioned in his latest, Brian from Seeds Island mentioned in his latest newsletter, plant peas. So I'm going to try it. Okay, that's enough of India. The corn is coming on. I actually picked one yesterday to check it out. But there's some funny things happening here in the cornfield. Look at this for a pumpkin. That's a boerpampoen, South African seed. Terrific. I bought South African seed from a lady that imports them. The gem squash, the boerpampoen, as well as the spun speck, the sweet melon seed. As I say, the sweet melon growing, but the plants are weak. Something that I don't like here. There's sweet peas from Seeds Island. Cosmos is from another place. These are from Seeds Island. That's not. Anyway, so here's the soft leaf, or the brassicas, or whatever you want to call them. Some of them are mighty strong. I think this is a broccoli from older seed. I've got one of those yolks growing there, but I need to show you this. I'm going to put a little video snip in here, if we can get all the way down there, to show you where we are. I see 260, 270, 280, 290. So that's 3 meters at least, because you take that. I'm not on the ground yet. Okay, let me see if I can get my foot to move it down to where it is currently there. Okay, now let's see if I up the tape like that and not get stuck, and we lay it down, we might be able to see there it slid in past it. Yeah, so it's 3 meters, really 3 meters of a plant, a sunflower. There's the sun, there's the flower. Cool, look at that sunflower. Let's see if we can get the, yes, there we go. Look at that sunflower. That's definitely the tallest what do you call them, annual plant that I have ever sown and managed to get to maturity, because the flower is soon going to be opening. 3 meters of it, and then when that flower opens, I'll show you that too. That I measured over 3 meters tall, and that was before the flower started opening and the head started lifting. These are alone, I mean, this is a beautiful sunflower. I've got a few at home too. Look at that, it's the extension of my, right, so here's the pumpkin patch. There's a newish one forming. The yellowish leaves are belatedly planted butternut. Nothing's going to happen with them. The spun speck, the sweet melon, 2 plants are planted in here. They either are too shaded or they're just weak. There's another boerpampoen. I flicked one of these in here. Here's another little one forming. I just love seeing this all happening. There's another one. But here's something of interest. There's 2 cauliflowers, yeah. Look at that. Now, I planted, I think, of the Granddad Home Save Halloween squash. I planted about 6 seeds or that I could find, and I think 3 gave some form of a plant, and I thought this is what it was. So that doesn't look like, that looks like some form of a squash. I don't know where that seed comes from, but I'll show you on the other side. This is one Roma tomato I planted out here. I was fiddling with this. This is a broccoli that wouldn't die. Seedling that I threw out of the pot because it had been eaten off. This is what I want to show you. These are the caterpillars from that have done decimating here. Caterpillars from white flies, as I call them, white butterflies. All of them are they call, their other nickname is cabbage butterflies. So you can see the nasturtium leaves have been hammered. Nasturtium, for that reason, is a fantastic companion plant, because it's a direct. Oh, there's a bean. I stuck a few beans in so that I can do this thing about maize, pumpkin, and beans that the North American peoples do. There's another one of those ones, and then there's a boerpampoen baby there. There's a shoot, yeah, look at this shoot. That's also from one of those squashes. That's not going to make it, that's yellowing. All these things I've learned. These cobs are looking great. I'm going to start, as I said, I took one off. I think I did take a little video that I can pop in here and show you what the kernels look like of these, and then I'll put a photo in. They were milky white with little dots when I harvested them. When I harvested it, they then now are showing all signs of color. Anyway, showing you these. 1.5 row here is the good lady sweet corn. I was very disappointed with the packet, bought packet for about €4, $3.99, and there were half the packet. The seeds were broken. The rhubarb is definitely taken on. Sorry that I'm swinging you around so rapidly. I need to show you here. This boerpampoen, there's a little one. 2 boerpampoen. These are very late plantings. I trust that we're going to find something, because 1 or 2 is there's a little one. I thought there was another little one here somewhere. Anyway, this bed, sunflowers, dahlias once again. Dahlias, I'm going to do something about dahlias as a separate program, because all of these colors that you've seen so far in this video, they all come from the same seedhead. Even this very malformed, interesting looking, almost double looking flower came from that same head. Those colors there that you see, the colors here that you see, there was an orange looking one over there, more orange than even this one. So cross-pollination in dahlias causes this. Anyway, let me pause here quickly. Now look at this. That's more than the size of the stretch of my fingers already. It's hanging on here. You can see the tendrils have gone through here. There's the ground. You can see the grow bags. This pumpkin, there's its grow bag. Look where it's hanging. And then on the shelf here, there's one. And towards the end here is another one there. So we're going to have shelved pumpkins too. There's also one in the back there. So those plants, those 2 plants, the grow bags are here. The plant has gone all the way down the bed, and I've turned it, and it's come back all the way up the bed. Okay, it's messy here. The good lady asked me the other day, what am I going to do there? When the quiet time comes, I will start clearing there. I've got lots of stuff to do when the quiet time comes. I've already started a project. Let me go and show you. You'll see I've taken one branch down. Those are all the smaller branches that I've removed. I'm going to lift all of this, and then I've just noticed something. This tree, well, I haven't noticed it, I've known it. This tree will be heavy on ground resources like water and the likes. Anyway, so I'll go this way around. This branch must come down to, those two smaller branches must come down so that I'm trying to open as much space here. This dead tree, I've got to try and do it somehow with limited. I've got an electric chainsaw, but then I must bring the generator. I want to trim some of these lower branches too. So you know what that's going to mean? Ladder, and then take off lower branches for toe holds, then go up, and so I go, so that I don't really want to drop stuff on top of the net, because then I'm going to have the possibility of puncturing the net. I want to try and get to some of those branches to simply to allow for more sun in there, more light, and also then for here. Those peas that you saw, home sown seeds, I sowed so many of them because I only got about a 50% germination rate from the peas that are currently producing. So there's the branches. I want to trim them and make them into firewood, stack them to dry. Here's all the leaves off that one branch, and then mixed in with other stuff for compost. This compost, the first bay was this high for starters, and that's how it's going down. And when it gets to about 3 months, I'll have to go look back, but it's been about a month or 6 weeks since do I see slugs there, or what is there? Doesn't matter, they'll get consumed by the compost. So this continue going down 3 months, 4 months, then it's going to get turned into here. So this is obviously got to get cleaned. And anyway, then this will go on top of that once it's full, and then that compost further towards the end of the year. Well, this will be 4 months, will be the end of the year, won't it? Just about, yeah. So that's another project in the making. Yeah. Cleaning up here and getting the peas. Those timbers will get moved. I want to plant the peas on these two faces because they'll have enough sun. Then if I clear that up, I need to start composting that. Just today, the peas that I speak of, alderman, I'm leaving these for seed. If they don't want to fatten much more than that, I'm going to pick them for the good lady. She can enjoy them. But that's one of the reasons why I'm trialing those other seeds. I haven't used it all. Beautiful thing that. And that's about it. Your update for week 21. I think the next update, apart from the shorts that I occasionally place when something fun or interesting happens here, I will do a mid-year, half year, week 26. Okay, so you can see new bits growing here. These are home-sown radish, homegrown, home-saved radish seeds. Those are packet carrot, obviously. These radish over here were packet radish. Now, I don't know if this is flea beetle. I presume it is. I'm learning about all these pests. I'm going to pull some of these for the good lady fairy princess, simply because she flipping loves radishes. So if I empty that all out in one go, so be it. There we go. Yeah, as I said, those and those. And then here's fresh chard. Here are the other Brussels sprouts that I mentioned. Here's the surviving chard from the first sowing. I've left them to get the yellow and reds. That's why I've basically taken all the big whites out. And then soon these will be strong enough. Those are fresh plantings there amongst those beetroot. Those very old beetroot seed That's what you see there. These are leeks planted in this bed. These few radishes I've left. Now I don't know, there's something in here that I'm wondering, for those who know, is this what a parsnip looks like? Because I originally sowed the parsnips and then the radish in the same bed. Okay, let me get some more radish for the good lady fairy princess. The marigolds are still strong. The little violets, oh, I absolutely love them. And those sweet peas, and then the cosmos. I've told you before where the cosmos is from. Look at that. Look at the bees working there. I'll put a photo in here of one of the sunflowers at home. It's got like a variegated flower with orangey, more orangey, golden, closer to the hub, if we can call it that, and then more yellow. So let me see if I can find a few more radishes here for the good lady fairy princess, because she might give me a kiss if I get home with radishes for her. There's one definitely to be picking or to be pulling. And this is what I find with packet radish. Some come alright, others, like this one, is small, so we just leave it. That's a weed, so we can get rid of that weed. And anyway, let me pick some more for her. In the gaps I sowed some of the home saved seed, which I found. I thought I'd lost my last home saved seed. So let's see what's cutting here. The carrots are looking okay. There's more weed. Let's just move the marigold. These are obviously too shaded. So is there anything on that one? No. Those little balls are tiny. Oh, we'll give her a snack. That's for sure. Let's see there. No, there's another one. So yeah, we'll give her a snack. She'd appreciate a snack, wouldn't you say? For all her patience with me coming here and doing stuff. Anyway, that's it. And that goes into the compost. It doesn't lie there. I just threw it out to make my life a little bit easier. So let me go and take off the leaves for the compost. So I think you've seen enough. I think I've spoken enough. More than enough. I hope I've got it all, because I may have lost. Oh no, I recorded it, stopped. So on that pretty note, end of week 21. Thank you for your support. Cheers for now. Stay safe, free and happy. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications.
I want to measure this one while you're here with me. Yeah, it's hitting the 12 inches. So that I'm going to harvest some here with you here. Let me do that, and then there we go. Look at that. Down it goes, and it felled over. Nice one, especially for my good lady.